what's LeBron's primary concern with this Lakers team?
Well, the primary concern is making sure that those older guys are ready to go, the Rondos, the Lance Stephensons of the world or whatever. I know the younger guys, you're thinking that the older guys are there to help the younger guys. It's the younger guys that you have to be worried about, but their energy is going to be there, and they're going to feed off of the buzz that LeBron James has created. Usually that's how young players operate. The older players know what their roles are, et cetera, but at the same time, it's not just going to be about LeBron being patient. It's going to be about the others being patient. Remember, Rondo is there not just to be a point guard, but to help elevate Lonzo Ball as a point guard. You're going to have those things to worry about. But here's the biggest thing. Let's understand that when you're talking about LeBron James, it's about a championship. It ain't going to happen this year. But when you're looking at Laker Nation and they're descending down upon LeBron James, it's their way of reminding LeBron, excuse me, you got Hollywood and everything in between. We've got your 3 championships. We got your 9 finals appearances. But at the end, every single superstar that has ever worn a Laker uniform outside of Elgin Baylor, who retired halfway through the season that they won the chip in the 70s, the bottom line is every one of them has delivered a championship to Laker Nation. And you are going to be beholden to that same kind of obligation, just the same way the other superstars that have donned the purple and gold have been able to.
LeBron's primary concern.
Yes.
There are concerns, but the primary concern is real simple. Lonzo Ball. And I will explain why. Kuzma can play. He can score. If Kuzma never gets any better, he's a pretty good player. That's a pretty nice player already if he just stays like this. Ingram is coming. This guy was the number 2 pick in the draft. And what can't he do? And eventually you can project do at a high level. I mean, this guy looks like he's going to be an all-star in the not-too-distant future. And he's already pretty damn good. You have veterans like Rondo you mentioned. We know what Rondo brings. You have guys like at the 2, Hart and the veteran in KCP. They can both shoot. They can defend. We know what everyone can do on this team. Lance Stephenson's a bit of a wild card, but we know he can defend and do certain things. Lonzo Ball was the number 2 pick in the draft, and he can defend. And he's a brilliant passer, and his teammates seem to like him and all that stuff. But the man can't shoot. He shoots. You're supposed to shoot the ball from here, Stephen A. You were a shooter in college. It's a hinge, right? Up here. He shoots from here. Now, I give him credit. He's brought it to over here. And at this rate, if next year he's here and then in 5 years, he'll shoot it like you're supposed to. But he shot the ball from the wrong shoulder. He's moved it over a little bit. If Lonzo Ball is boom, there is no stopping the Lakers. Maybe not this year. They got to learn, but going forward, they can have a dynasty. If Lonzo Ball is bust, this is not going to work. They're going to have to move it.
Oh, what's not going to work?
The Lakers.
What do you mean the Lakers are not going to work?
They ain't winning a championship
Ever?
If Lonzo Ball is bust.
I'm saying ever.
Not with it.
I'm
They
saying
will
in the
have to
LeBron
move
era.
him.
In the LeBron era.
They will have to get rid of Lonzo in order for it to work.
Okay.
The point is when
Then
you
he gotta go.
Lonzo does so many things so brilliantly at such an early age, it comes down to can he shoot the ball? That should be LeBron James' primary. Everything else we know about. If Lonzo Ball winds up being a guy who can shoot the ball, there will be no stopping the Lakers.
Well, first of all, I disagree with you there. Listen, the bottom line is that we're looking at a Lakers franchise that, you're talking whether it's Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, or whatever the case may be, you're going to add something next summer because you're going to have enough to add another max player next summer. That's number one. Number two, when we look at Lonzo Ball, let's be clear about something here. He is a cerebral mind on the basketball court, highly intellectual, knows how to play the game of basketball, incredibly unselfish. I'm going to say it, what I harped on about him. Everybody was getting on me for getting on Lonzo Ball last year. I never got on him about, you mentioned his shot all the time. My thing was I never mentioned the shot. I knew he had to improve it, but I never mentioned it. What I continuously focused on was aggression, assertiveness. You cannot be passe in the NBA playing the point guard spot. You have to be aggressive. Rondo is no shooter, but he is in attack mode. And as a point guard, especially in an era where now LeBron James wants to get off the ball more supposedly and wants to delegate that responsibility, or supposedly, I said this is what he's saying, you want to delegate that responsibility to somebody else. It's got to be somebody that instigates and initiates action.
But Stephen
you
A.
cannot be passive.
Stephen
and
A.
that is the problem with Lonzo.
Fine, get a little more aggressive.
A little more, that's it. That's it.
The point is that being more aggressive, that's a mindset. Fixing your shot is a mechanical thing.
Do you think that's smart?
What's that?
To fix the shot, to change it, teaching an
has
old dog
Yeah,
new
you
tricks?
can't shoot like this. You can't shoot like this.
Of course not.
It's not
But
gonna
you don't
work.
think it's going to screw him up more?
Maybe at first, but eventually, and he can't shoot like this either. He's
Ain't
got
gonna
to
get
shoot
much
over
worse.
here.
He ain't got
And
nowhere to go but up.
So if it's a little at a time, whatever. But that's the whole shooting match. Aggression, that's a mindset. And by the way, Lonzo and LeBron are not the only guys who can get you into your offense. That's the thing about this Lakers team. What Magic went and did was counterintuitive. It wasn't surround him with shooters. It was surround him with playmakers. You know who else can get you into your offense? The truth is, Lance Stephenson can. You know who else? Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram can run the point.
You're diluting your own argument.
No, Stephen A. You're saying be more aggressive because you're the point guard.
I'm saying if you want Lonzo to be relevant. That's why I'm saying everything ain't predicated on him. If he's going to be more aggressive, it works for them, he'll play. If he doesn't, he won't play. And they got the other people that you mentioned.
If Lonzo Ball can shoot, he will be a star. If he can shoot, you talk about aggression, he can do everything else at such a young age. It's ridiculous how well he can do so many things. If he can shoot, he's a star. The Lakers are a monster. Because then you think, and they got Ingram, and Kuzma, and whoever else they're going to sign, and LeBron James, not to mention the role players I mentioned, like Hart and KCP, who can do things. If Lonzo Ball can't shoot, it is not the same team.